obviously going to be on the Sova, Nitro on the Omen, Asuna rocking things out on the Raze. And
we did on Viper.
You're also going to have Ethan.
Dude, Viper's so good on Icebox,
Thoughts
man.
on compositions, the single duelist, does that stand
That's
out
like,
to you,
I honestly, I need to learn how to play Viper. I need to go to the lab.
Just this roster with the amount of
Viper's so good on Icebox.
Experience that you've got on these players. I think this kind of one duelist comp, it's going to work for them. And I think the roles have been continuing to solidify on that roster where, you know, Ethan rocking the battle stage on most maps now, it's working out for them. Whereas, you know, kind of like as I was highlighting just a moment ago, I worry for the preparation for XSET on this map in particular, but you know, they do have that added X factor of being able to play multiple agents, multiple players. So early on, we're going to get some A pressures coming out here on the attack side of Icebox from 100 Thieves. Doug, take it away.
Yeah, XSET seeming to have a pretty good read on this early on too, as they have a 4-stack right into where 100 Thieves is pushing in. You see the wiper wall goes up instantly. Asuna pushing in very boldly, which should come as no surprise. And it's actually not him, it's Ethan who gets the first pick onto the board. Asuna continuing to push his way forward, gonna get traded out, but kills are going a flurry as Hiko trades back one of his own. The spike is dropped. Swifo and the rest
My lighting
of
is so
XSET look
shit.
to continue to hold on to control of the site. Hiko's left alone in this situation. He's nowhere near the spike as well. But the thing is, Lex, I don't think they know where he is. But in a 1v3, even if he does manage to walk away with one, his position will be given up very quickly. BCJ gets the third on the round, the last of the remaining members of 100 Thieves, and XSET take the pistol.
Hey, I mean, if this is going to be their off map, you know, their weak map, maybe you could call it. That's a heck of a way to start, not just winning the pistol, but mobbing it with all 5 players confidently jumping through some dark cover there, over the Sage wall, brawling it out. BCJ with 3. That's a fantastic start, and the Thieves don't think they're going to force back into this round. They haven't appeared to yet.
What up, dude?
To bide their time, see if they can get some orbs out of it, work the map a bit.
That feels good. If you're an XSET fan, that's the only real rifle on the side of the defending squad in the hands of Aaron, and he's already making it pay off. Steel getting one as well to trade it out. So far,
this dude put all the fucking bubbles down there.
Disparity a bit equal. Good bit of presence defensively from XSET across the middle of the map.
CJ yoinks that one out.
Thieves are gonna have to adjust.
Yeah, I mean, this is actually was an excellent start from 100 Thieves, but an unfortunate death for Steel there through the dark cover.
Upset week.
And
XSET up.
You know, as they work this Long B area, there is, at least for the previous round and this round in here, Weeded has been towards the B site.
And Steel is already tilted.
And they're opting to just kind of play very passive, allow the plant to come through.
So that's why I think
apply damage from a distance. Nitro falls. That's from Weeded. And now it's just Asuna.
Steel is already mentally boomed.
Nice.
Post plant scenario, Weeded will find Ethan.
It's over for 100 Thieves.
BCJ, and now we got an XSET 2-0 to start, Doug. Nice comfy lead to begin.
My man's already tweeting on Twitter about the ping.
Even, you know, you start to think about how XSET have gotten to this point so far. That last round was very defaulty, right? Like they were full spread. You know, in the pistol, they 4-stacked A. That second round was just a full spread. They had players evenly spread out across the map. And they were just kind of waiting to see what they could pick, what they could find. And 100 Thieves, again, they didn't have much as far as guns go, so you certainly limited in what you can produce. But now we're going to see 100 Thieves from what should be a much better situation. I'm curious to see how XSET choose to play this financially. Even though they did have that one Bulldog. It looks like it's in the hands of Pura right now. But hasn't this and a Sheriff
series not have
continuing the bonus?
Oh wait, didn't they have winner's advantage last week?
Oh no,
or not last week, but the last opens.
They fail the boost, and the satchel doesn't quite make it. Hope we get to see that at another point in the game.
I know Masters wasn't, but I think the opens closed was.
But it looks like the play is coming back towards A. 100 Thieves regrouping just outside of brackets on Steel's position now. And XSET kind of slow to rotate, but 100 Thieves doesn't quite know whether or not there's anyone even home, and there's not. The spike plant due to come in here any moment now.
Well, and, you know, in a situation like that, like you're seeing 100 Thieves invest a ton of utility to clear out the site. Again, nobody's there. But XSET hasn't had to do the same. Now they're going to have a good bit of utility to try to retake the site that shouldn't, in theory, be able to be matched nearly as well.
What a fucking
But that
peak.
in mind, XSET still doesn't have the gun advantage. 100 Thieves with rifles, you're seeing that
Nitro.
pay off. And well, when you've got a Vandal in the hands of Nitro and his ability to produce like that, you understand why. But we did try to even things out. As it's still 3v2 in favor of 100 Thieves. Hero has no health left. Asuna good for 2 at the end. The bonus stops right there as 100 Thieves get on the board.
Yeah, and every kill did count there at the end. They were able to collect 2, but as you can hope for, an unfortunate ending there to that run from XSET. But you know what? Round 4 coming up here. The first full gun round for both teams.
How many NA teams go to
It's
Iceland?
interesting to think
I don't
about,
know, actually.
Because as we're on watching attack side for 100 Thieves now, you know, a lot of the strength that I would say I put into a roster like this is their ability to prepare for matches. Just the brain
Two,
power
there we
they've
go.
got. But if there's no film on XSET, that could be some form of an advantage for them in this
Wait, so 100
matchup.
Thieves and XSET go to Iceland then,
100
right?
Thieves must take their time. We saw it there, just clearing out.
If they're still doing Iceland.
Look at that.
All right, so this counter wall goes up, but keep an eye on that spot right there. Pure is good for another one, and he's going to blast back on top of Tube, looking for more. He actually gets shot right in the back of the head.
I thought Masters is up
Circumstance,
next.
But even with the cheeky spot,
One more
up on
challengers?
the wall, 100 Thieves absolutely mow XSET apart.
I am so sad that they didn't win that round just by virtue of the fact that that wall is awesome. How have I never seen that? There's a couple different
They
boosts
go to
they've
Challengers
attempted so
Finals
far
where
in
the
this game, Doug.
top 2 qualify for
And
Iceland.
I don't know if you got the opportunity to see them play
Top
against
4 of
Envy
this event go
yesterday,
to
but
Challengers
it
Finals,
seems like
and the top
every
2 of that one go to
single round that
Masters.
they were playing in that series, they were doing some kind of crazy Sage boost, whether it was multiple teammates or just
Dude,
himself.
I swear this tournament bracket,
the Battle Sage
this
is
tournament
purest
bracket is the
form.
most confusing thing for me. I can't wrap my head around
In
it.
a less than ideal buy, a couple of sheriffs, a marshal.
There's a
Really across the
challengers,
board, not
there's
nearly
opens,
as
and
much
then there's
pain
closed opens,
as
and
they
then
would like
there's
as 100 Thieves
Challengers
shoot towards B.
Finals.
It doesn't look like they're taking mid control.
and then
They're just
there's
gonna
challenge, then Masters.
full send long, it seems.
I don't know. I can't understand
and if
shit.
XSET can get a kill or
This
two
shit's-
here,
my
they
brain
do have
doesn't work. I
Viper's
just
pick. They
ask
do
you
have
guys and get the
100 on board,
answers.
So you could play to win if you're able to get a pick or two here and prevent the plant. The Thieves battling, jockeying for position over here towards the double stack of sight and yellow. Ethan finds the first onto BCJ. Now it's a 5-on-4.
Yeah, and there's that Hunter Fury that you mentioned just a moment ago, not going to be in the fold any longer. And hey, the members of
through the
XSET are
wall.
just so weak, too. We talked about gun difference, but also just like their ability to get on that site with such ease, right? And then really flex the advantage that they had. It looked easy.
Somebody needs
Yeah,
to
it
make a
looked easy, it looked
PowerPoint
scary
presentation for me to
XSET, just
understand this
considering,
shit.
You know, all of these gunfights are basically just being taken out in the middle of nowhere. Okay, there's Ethan hugging the side of yellow, so maybe not quite, but this is confident 100 Thieves right here. These guys are not only hitting their shots, but they're doing so with zero respect. And considering they've won 3 straight now, XSET on another bye, looking to perhaps put a stop to the 100 Thieves train that's rolling.
Aaron's the one exception who's got light armor, and he's going to have a ghost, but that's all. And the aggression from XSET seems to be dialed up at just the right time. Ethan trades it out. Wifo getting in on the action as well. Meanwhile, VODS elsewhere on the map. And at this point, 100 Thieves have a choice, right? You're seeing some of the rotate off, but Nitro's so far up. He can really cause problems here for XSET. Well, good for one, good for a second as well. Not able to land the third, but that really opens up the map for them.
Yeah, Nitro just finding the holes, and if you have the freedom to do that as Omen on this map, there are so many threats available to you that you can make use of, and he didn't even need to do anything crazy there with a shadow step. He just walked right up.
I like
to
that he
Grill,
marked his
found
dart
2.
before he threw it.
Now they know the A site is weak, or at least
Just for
it
the fuck
was,
of
so
it.
Hiko, Ethan, perhaps in the coming
Darting
moments,
here.
dropping that spike. Yeah, there it is, going down.
Now, Wifo's 1 point away from the res. They have a couple of options to him, but it may not be needed at all. As VODS gets onto Ethan, Hiko alone in a 2v1, but you know that's never a sure thing if you've watched really Hiko at any point in situations like this. Cheeky shock darts to get him off the defuse. VODS cleans him up. XSET tie us up at 3 apiece. A great response from XSET.
Yeah, and he almost got Thifo there at the end.
No
Down to
clutching.
8 HP. Both shock darts finding their mark. Just didn't quite finish the job. That said, as you said, you know, 3 apiece. XSET answering back in kind, and this really, really was looking like it should have been a 100 Thieves round after Nitro made that play, but solid retake there, as you mentioned, from VODS and Thwifo, who you know, I feel like there's a few other players on this roster that a lot of the time get some of the praise from casters such as myself, but I've been so impressed with Wifo as a
guys. I can't wait for fucking Valorant more.
Showing out for his team and winning rounds that, oh my goodness, Aaron taking this aggressive operator angle at mid gets punished immediately by Nitro.
Well, and the Cosmic Divide is no longer available as well, while 100 Thieves have a couple of ults of their own, and impactful ones as well to bring into things. But even with that early pick, it looks like they're going to take some of the middle of the map. They've also worked their way up to 410. There's that lockdown, used at A. Kill trade on the res isn't going to come through as BCJ gets one with the Hunter's Fury. Good for one onto Nitro.
Golly!
No, and he gets the lockdown and the kill onto Steel. That's huge for XSET.
That was the sickest Hunter's Fury I think I've ever seen. Gets 2 kills and the lockdown. Showstopper gets popped by Asuna. Anxious to return the favor. Finds one on the We Did. Down to a 3-on-4 now.
Pick Asuna.
The Cosmic Divide. The res was used by Flyfo and Aaron to get the Cosmic Divide back online. And even with that, 100 Thieves managed to get in, get the spike down. Pure using his own Showstopper to try to create some space and force members of 100 Thieves back, and you see them have to do it. Now, the one thing is, Hiko does have the Hunter's Fury, and you see him playing off, playing safe. Ethan's going to be the first one to go in, and it doesn't look like he's even going to get a chance to do it. The defuse comes through with that in his back pocket.
Damn.
The aggression from XSET was just too much.
Yeah, a lot of action going out there, and I wonder whether or not the satchel had kind of disguised the sound of the defuse.
Yeah, that big in the night. The nest was nice.
Even seemed ready once that round ended, but wow, I don't even know.
That was a crazy ult.
Really stellar placement there from BCJ. Maybe got a ping from a teammate. I don't know, but to find the first.
Nah, there's no ping. He blinded that shit.
Belt found Steel and the lockdown. Really impressive stuff. That's 4 rounds now for XSET. 100 Thieves still in a good financial spot to buy into this round, so haven't quite reached the mark of being reset. And I think for XSET, the only real threats that I haven't been able to handle or respond to thus far have kind of been the mid plays from Nitro. This will be a 4-man push towards long B. 100 Thieves, and We Did giving that ground a bit, making sure he doesn't get caught out early.
And again, you'll see Steel is going to play back, make sure no one's lurking through.
Aaron!
They're really just, they've made a similar attempt onto B before, and it worked last time. But this time, Aaron was waiting there with an op. He's already good for one. The wall's going to go up. The Hunter's Fury coming out from Hiko. Tagged one, kills one.
This dude, Hiko
comes back to the fold.
Rez is huge on top. Yellow Asuna taking these long-range duels. We Did's gonna get the better of him. A headshot, finding the raise. Dwipo pushes in, denies the plant.
Oh, this is a good fight right now, dude. This is some action
left here for this 100 Thieves attack. Steel has worked all the way through mid and behind BCJ. And now it's just Pure trapped towards Snowman. Finds one onto Hiko, and it's a 1v1 Doug.
Pure with 70 health left. Steel does have the spike. Perhaps, but doesn't fully commit to it. Pure reach catches that timing just right for the 3K and the clutch for XSET.
Okay, that's fun to watch. And what's really impressing me now about both these teams is obviously we've seen a few really decisive rounds out of both, but right here, this is just an absolute brawl, and all 5 players from each team getting involved.
Looking bloodbath.
Deal with this massive lure through mid, makes the 1v1 happen, but Pure holding strong, finds 3 on the round. XSET with their 5th.
Now for 100 Thieves, they're going to be bringing an op of their own into the fold. Steel's going to be rocking that. They're going to maybe get some action across the middle of the map, while the Viper's Pit is used early on at B.
I'll be honest, I would be triggered as fuck if I had to play on 65 ping in a pro match.
Taking options away from 100 Thieves.
The game just feels, it feels like
to confidently
when you're
push
playing on ping that high, the game feels like a different game, dude.
He's hunting her, yeah.
It just does.
Mid-split's underway.
Yeah, they've taken the middle of the map. They just go right under the tube. We Did answers the call in his own Viper Spit. Gonna leave that up. Dwifo's in a great spot too, right behind Ethan. The spike doesn't go down. It doesn't get planted, excuse me, but it does drop. Asuna looking to trade things out.
Actually pretty sucks.
The Viper Pit is still just a problem. As We Did know, it looks away at just the wrong time.
I play 65 plus all the time.
1 HP.
Listen, the day that you play on like sub 10 ping or like 10 ping,
he's back and
sub 20 ping to like 10 ping.
Yeah,
this is a day that like, you know, when Neo takes the fucking pill, dude.
Right, a 1v3 quickly turns
That's
into
what
1v2
it's like.
as Aaron is dispatched. They have a decent idea of where he is. Pure as operator range.
That's literally what it's like.
Right. As he takes care of Hiko, XSET get to 6, a 3-round lead here, and you know we saw them invest early on to try to keep 100 Thieves at bay, and while it looked dicey for a minute, it paid off.
Yeah, and
I was being lied to all my life.
We'll be able to continue to do that for a while now, and really the story of that round, I think, was we did versus Nitro over there in the Viper's Pit at Long B. There was a really, really good play call from 100 Thieves to call that B split, especially when they met no resistance for their underneath tube. Instead, Nitro getting caught out by We Did, who kind of saves the round in that sense. So 6 rounds for XSET on defense, Doug. This is shaping up to be a much better map for XSET than I could have imagined.
Well, and it's interesting. Look at how XSET are playing the map right now. They initially stacked 4 heavy on A, and after really a lack of early aggression from 100 Thieves, you saw We Did pull off. And now they understand that that's where the play's coming from. Pure got one. He got traded out by Hiko.
That grenade cucked him.
The patience out of BCJ, who, of course, as I say that, he drops. We Did still on the other side of the map as well, while 100 Thieves seem to still want to hang out by A.
I remember I got laughed at when I used to complain about ping in Fortnite.
Just giving themselves some time.
Literally, all the Fortnite kids fucking laughed at me, dude.
Rotations.
Yeah.
Actually, shameless how mean they were.
Getting a little bit of early info, but he gets a little bit more than he bargained for with a.
I mean, it's probably some of you motherfuckers that are in here right now, dude.
To bring this down to a 2-on-4 now. We Did making his way over towards the A site. Aaron still over here at bracket. Could cause some problems.
No way, bro.
The rope tricks, man.
Oh, that feels bad.
Team knows, Keg W.
That was ridiculous.
That running gun is crazy.
But that is fun. Steel is feeling it. 6-4 now. XSET still in the lead, but 100 Thieves answering back.
But no, I used to talk about playing tournaments with high ping. And honestly, I should have moved back regardless. I should have just moved back home so I could get like better ping in the East Coast.
That feels good, right? That
but
feels
there would
good.
be motherfuckers that would be in my chat and be like,
couple shots on him,
I play on 100 ping. I think you're just being a little bit dramatic. I'm like, oh my God.
They do have the lockdown in mind here as it's online.
You're fucking 12 playing on your mom's phone's Wi-Fi, dude. Please shut the fuck up. Holy.
Showing a whole lot more presence up the middle. We haven't seen an aggressive look like this from them.
Please.
Guefo finds the first. Hiko answers back onto BCJ. 4's all now. And yeah, that early mid-aggression, Doug, pays off big time for XSET. Guefo with a nice entry.
All right, here we go. 100 Fury coming out. Austin is following it as he gets deep in. He's going to use the showstopper as well.
Wi-Fi.
Buy time, right? Oh, Aaron swings at it just the right time. And he's going to back out. He's not going to get caught by the lockdown. They don't have a ton to clear it out. I'd try anyway. BCJ, 100 Fury, no, he's actually, I mean, he's looking for the kills. Yeah, and he's going to get one onto Ethan, looking for another steal with the op.
He got it.
To ensure that nobody works their way into the site. He's going to get a chance at a couple shots here.
Oh no, this timing might be so bad.
Like, if they're going to want to try to take the site, they're going to have to come back very soon. Weeded goes in, gets one, gets a second, and they get the defuse. The thing is, 100 Thieves were in a decent spot, right? I know they didn't have the numbers advantage, but they were in a position where they really could have won that round.
Yeah, and really, I mean, the showstopper gets popped. You think, okay, Austin is going to find at least one here. He doesn't. Yeah, there was a few different. Yeah, or at least just being it. And look at Aaron, dude. That is just such a confident peak. Yeah. And man, BCJ's 100 Furies. They have just been finding their mark each and every time he's used it. It's probably been 3 or 4 times in this game.
Is it meta for both teams to now run flashes?
And, you know, even if 11 kills on the board for him, even if 4 of those are from the 100 Fury, all of them have been impactful. So
right.
I don't think you could.
Side of XSET. 100 Thieves,
I don't think. I mean, what do you mean by meta?
Strong in this matchup.
There's pro meta, and then there's like, okay, we're playing ranked meta. You know what I mean?
Who's making a long B presence?
You can't really
3 players now.
You can't really tell what
pure with our operator. Now it was Aaron previously.
Meta for me and you, based off of like what pros play.
Star duelist. The Sheriff's working out just fine. But Aaron gets
Because
one
like for
back.
example, like Reyna is like
It
so
out.
fucking dominant
All
in
of a
ranked right
sudden,
now.
XSET are down to scraps, really.
But like
as
there's no
far as
Reyna in this
personnel
match.
goes.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the plan was for that play.
Look at Steel. It's free, bro.
It's free real estate. All the way through A site, push towards defender spawn. They know,
Teams
okay,
play for different things, especially when
we're
they're
just
going
gonna
up
go back
against
the other
different
direction,
teams.
dude.
XSET opting to use, or excuse me, Pure opting to use Showstopper on the last round. Might as well see if he can catch a couple of people lurking across. No one's going to be home. Thwyfo has to stay back at B to respect it because they don't fully know where the hit is. Steel knows where Pure is, though, as he drops. Now it's Thwyfo in a 1v5, and
That's just nothing
he
to
gets
do.
cleaned up. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Mop. All right, tack side, 100 Thieves. What do you got on the defense?
Thieves, Doug, but
Whoop, whoop.
XSET coming in strong with 7. Considering how their attack side has usually been their weakness in a lot of the series that we've seen so far this weekend. Do worry for this
Crazy,
opening
y'all.
pistol and how important it might be for the side of XSET to gain a foothold in this.
I hate 5.7
second half, where
pistols,
normally they don't play this
dude.
map at all, but
Oh, and just very quickly,
Fucking
realized,
So if you're the 5 team and you
I
lose a pistol, it's like,
miscalled
okay.
that it was the Hunter's Fury that destroyed
Now
that
it's gonna be
lockdown. It was actually
9-5.
Pure's nades
Ouch.
that cleared out, but I think
Oh,
that,
okay.
well, even with that in mind, there's been so much value that BCJ has gotten out of his Hunter series that we have to keep a close eye on that. Defensively, 100 Thieves stacking a bit towards A and then a split the rest of the way. Wall's going to go from Ethan. But I like this wall from Weeded as well.
Oof.
They're still going to have to work their way through the early aggression of Asuna, and well, you've already checked that box.
there's so much concealment over here at the choke point coming into A main. Neither team really knows where each other are as Thwyfo in the top side of 2 finds one. Here with another, and Hiko answering back with a shock dart and a classic burst, but he falls. Now it's just stealing a 1v3.
Yeah, the
this
dust
is not
settles
good.
and no members of 100 Thieves remain on the side. It's just Steel, who is playing elsewhere. Ensuring nothing happened towards B. He's still alive. He's going to get a bead on BCJ. Potentially spotted, I believe it was.
Not impossible.
I mean, a thread.
Did you see
Not
his
impossible.
Just enough to give him away.
yesterday?
And that
Also
certainly
loved
tips
by
things a bit more in his
Optic?
favor, but again, he's still outnumbered. They swing at the perfect time.
And
Thwyfo's
what?
Frenzy cleans him
COD?
up. That's 3 on the pistol for him. XSET win this one as well.
An impressive start, and I highlight the importance of that pistol in particular.
Competitive Cold War,
I honestly
dude. Is
feel
that what we're
like,
talking
okay,
about?
if you're XSET in this scenario, these are the most comfortable rounds you're going to be able
Fuck
to get.
no,
this
I
entire
didn't
half,
see
considering how good 100 Thieves can be, especially here on Icebox. So
Oh boy.
not out of it yet. Certainly have a lot of Valorant left to play potentially on this map alone. And that's unfortunate. That's a
That's pretty bad what happened to them. What happened?
About Doug. We may have miscalled it, but dude, BCJ really has been opening things up in incredible ways with that Hunter's Fury. So that is just another thing going right for XSET and wrong for 100 Thieves right now as that Guardian finds its mark on a steal.
Again, as we're talking about, him has a knack
1v4?
for making a big call happen.
Yikes, dude.
And they should get on
Who's got the
B,
clip?
well, really for free here. I think the question is, how many guns are XSET going to be able to walk away from this round with? They invested a Bulldog. They invested a Guardian. So you see they're not walking into this with nothing or just Spectres. They did take a bit of a gamble. Feeling pretty confident about what they're going to be able to get away with. Thwyfo spots one, has to back up.
Wasn't the insane
Doesn't get
part they
messed
all
at
lined up?
all. Well, actually, of course, as I say that, it's a nade that deals
You know what?
considerable
It's
amount.
unfortunate, dude.
And
It
cleans him
happens.
up. The shock dart coming in from Hiko.
That fucking sucks.
But it's just delay at this point, right? Like, 100 Thieves, they can't work their way in, and you question whether or not they even really want to at this point. If you know they're locked in towards B, just try to stick them around long enough to maybe get a couple of casualty kills through the spike, but they managed to work their way out. They managed to work their way away.
They get 3 out of it.
Yeah, I mean, a flurry of chaos at the end there. I asked at the beginning of the round, how many guns were they going to be able to take into the next round? It was just 2.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. We saw the effects of that in the last half where they played for the bonus, but they had to rebuy a couple pistols. I think it was a Bucky and a Sheriff or 2. And they're going to end up doing the same thing here, obviously, because they want to be able to buy with full rifles into the next round. But, you know, the efficacy, the potential for the round win on the bonus is sometimes game series changing rounds where it really is extreme advantage to be able to win them. So 100 Thieves, this is a great start with a spam wallbang on a Pure at belt. On to Nitro.
And really between that early kill as Nitro gets a second one, the fact that Ethan put his wall up, really limiting how many options XSET have to get onto the site. You see this become very difficult for XSET, and it just went from difficult to really impossible. A flawless round for 100 Thieves. You see the power, right? The strength with which they're able to approach round when they have full rifles and they understand their advantages.
Let's see what you got now, dude.
To perfection.
Yeah, Nitro really playing confidently on the site, but I think you pinpointed the real, you know, the outcome of this round kind of happens because of that wall, just being able to fight at multiple angles over the top of it. You know, on attack, you got SMGs.
XSET wasn't full rifles
and you need
last
to go get a bomb
round.
plant somewhere. A is the site to do it more often than not, but they just get penned up and deleted. So now it's 9-6, a very, very manageable margin.
What's that
to deal
Molly
with
like?
100 Thieves on this attempt of a comeback on the defensive side here on Icebox. Doug, map 1 in the best of 5 grand finals.
Careful, Dawson. Careful, Dawson. Oh, man. So we hadn't seen an aggressive look like that from 100 Thieves at all, where they worked their way right up towards B. It primarily had just been Steel over there. This time he was on A. They read right into where XSET wanted to go, but they weren't able to net any of the early kills. Now Ethan's getting off board. Now he's able to clean one up. But Pure trades it right back as he goes out. 2 members remaining on the side of 100 Thieves. As XSET get back to full strength. XSET,
yo, 100 Thieves just got fucking mopped this round.
Yeah,
Holy
I'm not
shit.
really sure. You know, I was talking through the very, very opening moments of that round, and it really seemed like Asuna was just on a hunch. Like, I don't think they're here. Kind of walked up, met his maker immediately, and that had just, unfortunately for 100 Thieves, put them at a disadvantage that was, you know, despite the beautiful one-tap long range from Snowman towards Yellow from Ethan, didn't quite give his team the advantage enough to
back. Like, they're getting so much information, but that might be what matters. Dashy hits the shot. Scum puts one down. Accuracy, no, we went to gunfight to make it interesting. It's going to be attached trying to rally across. He's going to hit X's.
I think the one thing to address about that round was Asuna. Asuna's just so good in those situations, right? Like, how often do you see him do something like that and walk away with at least 1, maybe 2, potentially even 3? So I understand it. It just didn't pay off.
Are you kidding me?
All right, XSET now using the drone to get some early information. We're going to see that wall up a lot out of we did across A. You see Ethan has walled off right around bracket as well, much like we saw a couple of rounds ago. Really limit the options that XSET have at A. Mind you, they're not there at all. They're turning a lot of their attention towards B.
Dude.
Unwise to the fact that
fuck off.
There.
these 4 players under tube here, which means that they're hot on the rotate.
That's kind of funny. No
you
cap.
hear 3 or 4 Vandals spamming you from that location, you know there's got to be max 1 or 2 over at A, and they elect to fall back here. But just watch the mini map, Doug. All 10 players in the server heading to the same direction. Seems like.
Are they all? I don't know the map layout
there
though.
will be a brawl at A.
Like, is that a good? I don't know.
I was gonna say with only 20,
you know,
25
like,
seconds.
Were they like playing a crossfire? Or
you've got to commit to this site.
Was that
right?
the only entrance that the news could come from?
They're not respecting it, right? They're just tanking it. Asuna just stands there. He gets blasted in the face. Yeah, the kill gets traded out. But again, with such little time left, you understand why they don't respect it as much as they should. Steel and Asuna get a couple of kills on there that are huge for 100 Thieves as XSET don't find their way into A. 100 Thieves
One of 2 entrances, they knew where
really
he
tough spot
was.
to be in. I mean, XSET had the information. Okay, we know that there's nobody home here, but
yeah, maybe standing directly in front of your teammates
realize,
isn't the way.
We're moving directly into what could be a 4-man
Especially,
stack for
yeah.
So the decision to pull back and kind of retreat back towards A, I don't think it was necessarily an ill-conceived one, but they lost to the foot race straight up. I mean, there was 3 players, 1 screens, 2 backside, ready to basically stop any kind of push steal with a really tight angle. Almost catches the shoulder of BCJ there, but I mean, that was a maybe a little bit of hesitation that you could nitpick there from XSET, but ultimately just a great set of rotations from 100 Thieves.
Excellent set of rotations, and again, understanding that given how much time was left in the round, you press the matter, right? Like, take the 50s, take the fights, see what you can walk away with, and it pays off for them. All we see here, XSET on the 18th round, leaning heavily towards B. Once again, Steel, as he has been the majority of the rounds, playing towards B. Good bit of utility. Looks like 100 Thieves here in a few moments. We're going to have to rotate off.
A lot of people are blaming the first guy that died. I think it's probably the previous round, but
far more commitment
guys at the end.
coming out from XSET. The showstopper from Asuna not going to connect, but the dart may have been enough. No, they're not going to be able to land any of the kills.
In a situation like that, you can't point your finger at one person individually, dude. That's what people don't understand.
Once again, the value that he gets from that
fans are gonna want to try to ditch the blame on like their least favorite player or some shit.
Ethan now falls as well.
But nah, dude.
He pulls up, goes in aggressive.
They're gonna want to blame someone on it. But at the end of the day, it's like,
what a pretty round from XSET.
You just can't,
flawless one at that.
Absolutely, that's fun to watch. Just raw gun duels at range. We did finding his mark with 3. But wow, how unfortunate for 100 Thieves. You've got showstopper on Asuna, and he's blind to the fact that this, you know, the barrier orb was up. There was a wall in front of him, so showstopper didn't find anything. Ethan goes over to res him towards Snowman, thinking, okay, there's plenty of concealment here, I'll be fine. Gets deleted through the smoke.
At the end of the day, it's just really bad positioning
for 100 Thieves, getting taken away very quickly, and the Hunter's Fury, in contrast, paying dividends for XSET. And moving into here, you've got a Viper's Pit available to you on the side of XSET, which isn't necessarily the most useful thing to find entry into a site, especially when you've got a lockdown with Steel.
And let me tell you, dude, really having a nice little L2 fucking lock on there as well.
Take this round very slowly, just
right. You know he ain't missing no fucking shots, dude. All lined up like that. Yummy, yummy.
Don't need to rush into anything yet.
You already know that motherfucker's spraying through him like
wall around bracketed A.
That is tough. That is the worst position to be in.
With them, sure, there's no one coming up that way, but again, like X said, it was, as we've seen the last couple of rounds, they've been able to find decent success on this side of the map. So why not hit it again?
Yeah, and early paint shells coming out of nowhere. I think that maybe is why they're able to exploit this. Is just a few miscues from 100 Thieves, and there's the mark that we were looking for Asuna to find. Drops the wall, finds one under the white boat. Spike does get dropped. And so this once very promising push from XSET towards B is going to be pushed back by the lockdown into the waiting arms of Nitro. Is pushed through A main all the way towards defender spawn, finds the first headshot. He's joined in a crossfire by Ethan, who finds one. Make it 2, and it's just weeded in a 1v5, Doug. And he's even locked down, man. He gets wiped out.
So the strength with which XSET hit in the last round was just countered by 100 Thieves, and you even break down, like, they've played on that spot, that plant spot behind the wall a couple of times now, so they were 100 Thieves were fully prepared for it. Then the lockdown comes out. Ethan and Nitro both are able to position themselves, understanding, look, you have 20 seconds left. This lockdown's coming out. You're gonna have to rotate off, and they just played the map so well.
I think people overestimate how much it matters.
You almost wonder whether or not there was no hope for them
winning. I think
it
matters to some degree, but people get in their heads too much about it, I think, more than anything. Now,
Steel taking this off angle again, and he gets the information that a few players have just swung out, able to cede all this ground, all this territory. Cosmic Divide finally comes through.
Cosmic Divide and the Viper's Wall is up as well. Once again, a heavy commitment towards B. The wall's in the exact same spot. Here's the Viper's Pit, though. That's an interesting wrinkle onto things as Steel drops early on. Viper's still looking to try to get the spike down as they play around the goo.
Oh man, what a way to lock in this round. Fucking Viper.
And like 100 Thieves players are just kind of guessing they have to go in aggressive, right? They have to work their way in, and that's such a big kill. That's going to drop things, but Pure, good for 3.
Exactly. Can you fuckers get the bomb down? What the fuck?
The spike is still not
What are you doing?
He does have time.
Actually.
And he's got a 1v1. But it's against Hiko. No utility. Well, Aaron does have a good bit to work with, but Hiko clutches it out
Viper
again.
Alt down. There's a fucking smoke.
And
like,
you know what?
Give Viper the bomb. Tell Viper to rotate off or something.
And the first is Asuna's staying alive on site, and the second is he's dropping the spike carrier every time. Foifo, you know, thinking he's safe behind his barrier, or thinking he's safe in the Viper's pit.
I actually want to watch that round back again. Like, what were they actually doing?
After time,
I feel like they were just trolling.
I did it again, man.
No, you caught it.
Production's gonna murder me during the break. It's okay though. An impressive, I mean, just an impressive adjustment, right? Just to make sure that okay, XSET isn't just gonna get a free spike plan here. We're gonna delay them as long as possible for the rotations, and suddenly those gunfights, you know, which were favoring XSET so hard in earlier rounds, where they're able to take those ranged duels, no crossfire support on the defender's side, and instead the teammates are finally able to show up. They're able to make the crossfires happen, and 100 Thieves are back in this game.
I was too busy tunneling on We Did. I didn't know how the fuck they weren't planning.
Right into XSET's front pocket as you see some heavy aggression from Ethan as he pushes his way forward right into the stack. And look at how much space Asuna has taken away. He's worked his way all up the middle, ensuring that if they don't make their way into A and they try to rotate out, Asuna is going to be there waiting for them. So they really don't have very many options here. XSET doesn't. Also worth noting, Aaron's on a light gun, BCJ's on a light gun as well, but they're going to have to work their way in. The flank is still left unchecked. Keep an eye on Asuna on your mini-map, folks. He can blow this thing up. If there are even any members, excuse me, that remain by the time he gets there. But Ethan and Hiko are doing janitor duty just fine as they clean up the members of XSET. Beautifully well played by 100 Thieves again.
Yeah, just a lot of map control being given by XSET. 100 Thieves not even really electing to kind of respect whatever defaults have been thrown out from XSET at this point. Just pushing for info, and it may have burned Austin once or twice, but like you said, just giving his team all the info in the world. And now, you know, considering the financial situation, not only in the prior round, but in this round coming up, Doug, situation financially for XSET is not quite, you know, abysmal, but it's pretty bad. You got a couple Spectres, you got one Vandal, and at 11-10, you know, this is maybe the last round that you want to save in the half, so see what they can do with it.
XSET's all the way up in there.
For XSET, they've worked their way up. Austin is waiting on the other side, but it's Frenzy that takes him out. Pure
that's another really good pick.
Weapon here, as we did. He's able to get one as well.
Oh, this is really weird though.
Rez is going to come through, and that's big. As Pure drops, Nitro looking for a second.
Oh, BCJ.
There's steals op, man.
You got to take care of this fucking opera right now, man.
Does. It's weak. Aaron doesn't have any armor.
Nice.
What they do have is positioning is, I mean, they're doing this thing. Weeded should be able to get the spike down. Nico has some utility. He's in a 1v3. Spots one, doesn't even get a chance to fire it off as Twifo takes care of him. You mentioned financially how they were in less than desirable
That was a huge roundup.
Working their way into this round, and they handle it just fine.
I mean, it was enough, right? They basically take kitchen control and they pinch onto the B players. Steel was on an island throughout the most of that, and then Nitro, who thinks his back has been completely covered by his teammate, gets flanked from the long B lurk from BCJ, finding a long-range sheriff kill, and that is just tenacious attack and teamwork coming out from XSET to claim their 12th. This is map 1 point, as 100 Thieves, who just a moment ago seemed to be in full control of this half, have let things slip once more for potentially disastrous finish to map 1 for them, but a fantastic and impressive one from XSET.
It's been very good, but you know, in situations like this, 100 Thieves are far from out of this fight. As XSET work their way up long, looking to get the ult into the hands of BCJ. So now that Hunter's Fury is online, Aaron's also very close to having his. May be able to land it. Just one with that operator. Now, the thing about 100 Thieves here is, you mentioned in the previous round, Steel has oftentimes been on an island here, but he's got some backup this time around.
You do.
Yeah, they haven't actually pushed up towards A or mid at that point, so a lot of the information is just coming from this piece out of the map. And BCJ, who's just batting 1,000 with his Hunter's Fury today.
All right, here we go. Showstopper coming out from Asuna, going to destroy Wifo as it looked like he was trying to get the spike down. Not able to. Steel getting one on the BCJ as well. Aaron's got the Cosmic Divide now, but he's even going to get a chance to set it off as Pure just narrowly dodges death.
Wow.
Pure in a 1v2. A brutal 1v2 as well. Should be able to pick up the spike. He doesn't have time to rotate elsewhere on the map. Got a decent idea of where one player is now. He knows where they both are. No way. Pure good for one. Pure looking for the second, and Ethan clutches out the 1v1 that easily could have gone the either way.
Oh my goodness. And
he almost did that.
I guarantee you, he had 10 more seconds left on that clock, Doug. He's got some time to pull out some utility. He had all of his raise kit available to him. Really, really NT right there.
Well, yeah, bro.
Nitro, who